big words that I've used when describing it to others when I've been asked, because it was very inconsistent. It was very uncertain, and as football coaches in general, we are organizational freaks. We have calendars, we have schedules, we have structure, within our programs, for our players, and it was very hard to provide that. It was very difficult. There was constant changing, updates to some of the protocols and what was happening, and are we playing or not playing? And one thing I wanted to do, even as a decision was made to not play football in the fall of 2020, is I wanted to try to bring some certainty to our guys. I mean, best that I could, try to bring some consistency to our players. So once we made the decision to not play in the fall of 2020, I felt like it was important. Here's our schedule, guys. Here's what we're going to do. And we're going to do this schedule the very best that we can as far as working out and having a fall ball practice and try to give our guys some consistency, because I think they were all looking for it. They were all looking for some direction. Everybody was looking for some answers. I would get asked all the time, hey, what are we doing? And I'd have a hard time answering. I said, really, I don't know, and so that's always tough as a coach to do that. Same way with the spring season. Once the decision was made to play in the spring, try to give some consistency of what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to go about our business. Here's when we're going to work out, and here's when we're going to practice, and tried to follow through and stay with that. So, and we did that, and I think we did the very best we could to bring some certainty and some consistency to our players. But it was very difficult by nature of what was going on to do that. Well, the importance of communicating. We were all kind of separated, weren't allowed to get together. As a group, there are times, we still are away from our team, during Christmas breaks, spring breaks, summer breaks, at times, being able to utilize just like we're doing today, able to utilize Zoom, able to utilize Microsoft Teams, being able to get all 100 guys' faces into a screen, and try to, get them together as a group. That's certainly something that, again, that technology has been around, but something I'd never used. And I would dare say most coaches had not. There's FaceTime calls on your phone, but, instead of trying to call, every individual player once at a time, you could get everybody together in groups, your position group or your offensive side or defensive side or the entire team. Or if there's something I wanted just to get with our team about, I think using this medium, using Zoom and stuff is something that we'll continue to use, in the right way. There's still nothing takes the place of being with your guys in a room together and face to face. But, the second best thing is doing something like this. And this is something that I see that we'll continue to utilize here moving forward. Just having football in the fall. That sounds great, don't it? I mean, I've been, this will be my 33rd season coaching football, not to mention the years that I played. I played here, of course, at Tennessee Tech and playing in high school and middle school and et cetera. And I've always had football in the fall. When fall rolls around, September, October, my wife will tell you I wasn't easy to deal with in the fall. I felt lost in September and October. It was just time of year that I had never experienced in my entire life, really without football. So I think just getting back to football in the fall, I think everybody's excited about that. I think our fans and alums are excited, about that. I think the spring season certainly had a place, but I think if you poll or ask everybody, football is just a tradition, especially here in the Southeast in the OVC, being played in the fall. And it's just something about the smell of the fall and the way the fall season, is what people are used to, even their timeline and clock of doing things. I think people look forward to football in the fall. So I think the number one thing is just looking forward to having, fall football and having it back in the time of the year that we're all used to having it. But I like the competitiveness of our team. Our team is very competitive. They've been very competitive in how they've, gone through off-season workouts and things of that nature. We have a good mix of experience and some older guys and also some really good, exciting young players. We have a good mix finally. We've been really kind of top-loaded with younger players here the last couple of years. We had a lot of freshmen that had the opportunity in the spring to get to play, in 7 games, a lot of them, 5 to 6 games, a lot of them. That's certainly going to help. We have 9 young men who've made a decision to come back and play as graduate students here at Tennessee Tech. That are 5th-year seniors that have graduated. Some of them graduated in the summer of 2020 and have hung around to be here because they're excited about where our program's at and feel like we're really close to, to taking that next step. So having, an experienced team, this will be the most experienced team that we put on the field since I've been the head football coach here since I returned in 2018. So, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the potential of this team, of our returning players, and also the younger players that we have coming in. I think we're just in a good place to, I say a lot, the best is yet to come for Tennessee Tech football. And I really believe that. I think the best is truly yet to come. And I think the foundation that we've been trying to build for the last 3 years is there. And I'm really excited about that. Well, and I've been in the OVC as a player, as an assistant coach, and now as a head coach. And I'll tell you, it's wide open. Anybody can beat anybody on any given week. And this is one of the first years I can honestly say I think you could take the preseason rankings, and it wouldn't be surprised if you could flip them in the opposite order could occur. I mean, I really believe that. I think with Jacksonville State and Eastern Kentucky not being in the league this coming fall, there's two teams that certainly have been responsible for a lot of OVC championships and playoffs. You look, there's a lot of teams there, from I think I had a hard time when I had to fill out the ballot, the preseason ballot, because you can vote for everybody, but you can't vote for your own team. So, when I was filling out the preseason ballot, I really struggle with that. In years past, I could pretty much knock out the first 4 or 5 and then try to decide how to finish the bottom half of it. I really did. I struggled with completing it and filling it out, and really went through it 4 or 5 times before I sent a final one in. And I'm not sure that it's going to hold up very accurate at all. I really believe that anybody on any given week could beat anybody, and I think it'll be interesting to see how the final finish is going to be at the end of the year. But I certainly believe that it has great potential to not match what the preseason polls are going to be.